My big note, I have a bunch of notes, but my biggest note is like, how do we wrap it at the end and give a nice wrapper?
So, I don't know if you remember, but on the second episode of the show, we had talked about a music video that we were working on. So last weekend was a pretty active weekend for me. I had an opportunity to produce a music video, the one that Kevin broke the mirror.
Whoa! Oh, fuck, Kevin.
And actually busted his head.
Maybe you think I should ice it?
You probably should ice that. Long story. Well, the good thing is that music video is about to come out. I was hoping for this week, but there were some complications with post, so they're still working on that. So hopefully next week it launches. The reason why I mentioned that is that we have a really good interview with the director, Sean Finnegan, who talks about all of the trials and tribulations of making this music video. You check it out. It's awesome stuff. If you ever want to know what it takes to really get deep into a production, watch this. In the meantime, I don't know if you remember this, but a couple episodes ago, Nick Scarpino, myself, and other Mike got together and we talked about our outlines we had for the slasher script. They were three distinctly very different outlines, and Mike's job was to take these ideas and bring them together into one solid outline, and this which we actually talked about this week, and I think we had some awesome progress with it. So take a look at how things went down.
Let's talk about the outline. I was very surprised by a couple of things we actually talked about in here that I was like, oh, like this addition of the shades that you added in here, Mike.
By the way, the shades are a new antagonist that was added in this outline to compete with our protagonist, our main character.
Yeah, you needed to keep that body count up, and that's probably the only way I could come up with. So.
No, I think it's great. I think we're in a really good spot. I think that I just wrote a bunch of kind of stream of conscious notes down here, so I'll go through them right now. I think one of the questions we need to answer is what keeps bringing his heart back. So like once we kill him, what brings the heart back? And why does he repeat this loop? Because I think once we have that answer to that question, we'll realize what we can do in the third act to have Chrissy solve that for him, and then he never has to worry about killing him ever again.
I'm gonna have to think a little bit more about like how big the ending should be, and there's a couple points.
Well, okay, so maybe this is a better way of thinking about it, right?
We had some great progress talking through the outline, but the big issue we were running into is how to wrap the movie. How do we handle the third act? The third act features the resolution of the story and its subplots. The climax is the scene or sequence in which the main tensions of the story are brought to their most intense point and the dramatic question answered, leaving the protagonist and other characters with new sense of who they really are. Basically, without a third act, you don't get this.
See you on the other side, Ray.
Or this.
He told me you killed him. No. I am your father.
In the beginning, we see a bunch of people who are being slaughtered. Shouldn't the end be that too? Like, shouldn't we end this full circle with a bunch of people in the camp that are like in peril? But instead of Jason doing it, he's like trying to protect them. That's kind of that. I guess maybe that's a better way of vocalizing it. Right? Actually, it's just these two people.
That was kind of the original mission of the whole thing. So yeah, I get that.
Yeah, right. So it comes full circle, and it's bookended by the fact that he's now the person who's fighting for everyone else's life instead of the person trying to kill everyone. And that's his. By the way, that's his change. He's just fully changed. Like instead of he was alive, now he's willing to give his own life for these people. And I kind of want there to be that, like, in the third act needs to turn into where we left off before, which was that everyone's being hunted around town by camp by these things, but Jason's saving them instead of, he's like hunting the shades down one by one until he gets stabbed or whatever, and then by the mother at the very, very end, and then Chrissy has to save him because she loves him. And that might be a way to go.
I do like this bit, and I like where this is going.
So anyway, it doesn't have to be necessarily the entire fucking town coming to him, but like maybe there's just the key players like the coach and the asshole bully football guy that's finally accepted him as a real friend, and her his trophy girlfriend, who's we've learned is not that bad a person at all and has something fucked up in her past. I don't know. So just that same standard stereotype group of people who we've been fucking around with the whole time now come to the end of the stereotypical camp that they're gonna get slaughtered at, and voila, they get saved by the monster. It's kind of like that's what we're saying. Anyway, I think that's maybe what I was trying to get across.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, that's very good. It's very good.
I'm riffing off this idea. Okay, so just stay with me on this one.
Yep,
This is my train of thought. It's been a long week. Chrissy dies at the end.
Oh.
She gets stabbed through the heart by one of the shades. Jason gives her his heart, which is what revives her, and we have that theme of like Jason has to finally figure out how to sacrifice himself to beat the mother, right? Like that was the key the whole time, is that he's been killing, but in reality what he has to do is accept his fate, or yada yada yada, by giving the thing that's keeping him alive away. And then he gets redeemed, and then she comes back, and then she's an ultimate, like maybe he even comes back as like a normal dude, and she comes back as like unkillable or something. I don't know.
That's
Just
interesting.
throwing that out there.
I like that, because again, it gives motive more to the heart part of the end. Like we've been throwing it around all through the entire movie. Now we have something to pay it out with.
Yeah, I mean, thematically, obviously, it's clearly that he's giving her his heart. I like that. Mike even has it written in there where he's like, "I'm trusting you with his heart," right?
Yeah.
But like, what if he actually, I don't know, somehow imbued her with the power or something like that
I
of
also
the
think
heart?
it's gonna be really gross because he's got this giant heart and he's gonna be like somehow give it to her.
I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there.
Just like. Ugh. All right, so what's the next steps in this right now at this point? Do we go into the next outline? Do we start chipping away at we shouldn't start chipping away at the script, I'm assuming at this point. We still should chip away at this outline at that point, right?
I would do one more outline. Yeah.
Yeah, one more outline. Kind of figure out what the third act is. I think it's almost there though. So.
Yeah, I agree.
Production. It sometimes takes a long time. And finally, we are patiently waiting and hoping for the best to hear some good news about the Project Greenlight pitch. They were supposed to announce the 10 finalists in just a couple weeks. So crossing our fingers and let's hope for the best. And in the meantime, thank you very much for all your positive support. I cannot say how much I greatly appreciate all the fantastic positive feedback we've been getting, and the comments and the dialogues we've been having with you out there. Keep it coming. It's awesome. I love having this, and it makes me feel like I'm out there talking to somebody and we're all having a big chat. So it's pretty awesome. Having this little community, it's a little fun. Obviously, subscribe if you can. Stick around. Like the video, and follow me at Mike Aransky on Twitter, where you can get up to date on everything that's going on, all these projects, and just the madness of my life. And thank you very much as always. Until next time.